Welcome back to another amazing episode of Trailer Trashing. I am your host, Joey Rinaldi, and joining me as they do every week is our chief editor producer, Charlie Weinshank, and our very funny local funny guy, Derek Blythe.
Hey there, all you dukes and duchesses out in Radio Land.
Ollie, ollie, oxen free.
I love that voice. I'm so jealous I can't do that voice, Derek. That's awesome.
Voice.
Yeah. I'm excited for today's theme. Like, I just want to jump in talking about it. We're doing Steven Seagal movies, which I've never seen one, but like I know a lot about this man just because comedy, like every comedian makes fun of this guy, and that's how I basically know who he is.
Well, the man is I want to say an enigma, but I'm not sure if that's accurate. I guess on some level. He's, I don't know. I was just telling Charlie he's like the Trump of Hollywood.
And to that I said, aren't they all the Trump of Hollywood?
No,
well, doesn't he works for Trump?
No, I don't think he just is on board with all that jazz.
No, I thought he
works
Trump's
for Putin.
I thought he's Trump's Russian ambassador.
Oh, he is like
he Russian?
official. He's one of the official ambassadors between Russia and the United States.
That's crazy.
But he was made that by Russia. I don't know if the U.S. recognizes it.
Yeah, if you ever like watch CNN for a couple hours, he'll eventually pop up with like Moscow in the background, and he's like Steven Seagal, and I'm here to tell you that Russia's cool.
Yeah, he'll be like,
so he's kind of like Dennis Rodman.
He's kind of like Rodman, but less influential and less cool.
I don't think Dennis Rodman has official citizenship in North Korea. Unlike,
I don't think this Seagal guy has as many lip piercings, okay?
well, he has official citizenship in Russia. And that's why he's not allowed in the Ukraine, because he's a security risk.
Oh, wow. I honestly don't really know anything about this guy.
Charlie, I'm glad you said that because I think a lot of people may not know who we're talking about. So Derek Blythe, baby, can you give us a little like introduction of who Steven Seagal is? Like, give us some facts, some maybe his bio, whatever you got for us.
Steven Seagal is a actor from the early 90s. I say actor very loosely. Now he's sort of a bloated hairpiece man who makes movies that only go to download or gas station little checkout thingies. He
He's
made
not
like
wrong.
4 movies in the early 90s, and he's been making movies ever since. But he is a very preposterous man. He lives. I guess he trained as a martial arts guy in the 60s and 70s, and then came up in the 80s and became a star when he was like 36 or something, and then just only got worse over time. I'm not doing it great. I didn't expect to do the intro for him, but
that is
You literally texted me today being like, Joey, I got the intro for Seagal
no, I did.
down.
I said I'll look up the personal facts about him.
If you want my opinion on what kind of person he sounds like based off of your description, I would say it sounds like Chuck Norris had a child with Tommy Wiseau.
Well, that's very good. Yeah,
that's pretty accurate.
He says things like Tommy Wiseau, and he doesn't make any sense, and he's like an expert in everything, and he's God, what else? It's probably a good time to play the motherfucker birthday clip.
Yeah, wait. What is this? What is this clip you have in store for us, Derek?
I didn't do my research well. I don't know what it's from. It's just a clip that I've been watching for many years that I've not been able to decipher. It's one of the best lines of anything I've ever seen happen on screen.
Roll it.
Roll that bean footage. He doesn't move fast when
he's moving very slowly.
He's the goatee guy.
What happened? They took her. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Because now, I will snatch every motherfucker birthday.
What does it mean?
What does it mean?
What does it mean?
Why did he say it?
I will
don't know.
snatch every motherfucker birthday.
Is he ad-libbing?
I hear he ad-libs a lot, and he's super hard to work with.
Does he write the screenplays?
Some of them.
Do you think he wrote that in?
Or if he doesn't, he changes them.
So I went on like a YouTube rabbit hole watching clips from his movies to like see if there's anything redeeming about this guy. And his acting sucks. So then I was like, let me see his interviews. Maybe like he's a good like interviewer. His interviews are atrocious, like just out of this world bad. So then I just Googled, does Steven Seagal have fans? And I found a fan page like discussion board. It was like Steven Seagal's fan page, and the discussion board thing was like, why are we still his fans? And all these people, there wasn't a positive review. They were like, I don't know. I got into his karate at a young age. I watch his movies, but honestly, he's unlikable and he's not aging well. And these are his fans on his fan page contemplating how much they regret being his fan.
I don't know, like, what he's done in the past 10 to 20 years that he's not directly a producer on. He's just, he's making the movies now. He has a production company. And so I think people who are still legitimate fans of him are either they have smooth parts of their brain that should have curves, or they're waking up in a coma from 1994.
I mean, I'm pretty sure this is the kind of stuff mostly anyone would watch ironically.
I did.
Yeah.
I think this whole episode's a pretty ironic episode. We're ironically celebrating Steven Seagal.
Well, he's a mysterious individual.
This whole time I've been trying to... Neil Breen. I just remembered it. I've been trying to remember this since we started. Do you guys know who Neil Breen is? He's another character like
yeah,
this.
he's
Neil
a
Breen?
Las Vegas filmmaker who makes his own stuff.
Yeah, he makes his own...
Charlie,
budget.
Neil Breen, more like not Steven Seagal. Am I right, guys? Am I right?
Good one, Joey.
That's my daily dose of that's good one, Joey.
That's a good one, Joey. That was your snatch every motherfucker birthday.
It was relevant because there's just like a brand of weird filmmaker guy that just
They're like
pays...
narcissists. They like the Wiseaus, the Breens, the Seagals of the world.
They pay for their own stuff, and they won't let anyone tell them that it's awful. And it's just like people enjoy it because it's like so bad that it's an anomaly, and you won't really just find this anywhere.
Yeah.
So even though Steven Seagal produces most of his movies, he, however, has only directed one movie his whole entire career. And that one movie is called On Deadly Ground. And correct me if I'm wrong, Derek, but I think that's the first trailer we'll be watching today.
I believe it is. It's good to start in his prime, and then
have you seen all these, Derek?
To now. No, I've watched like one or two of his movies. I might have watched scenes from this on a plane in the 90s.
Before we watch this trailer, there's one thing I want to say about it. This movie won 6 Golden Razzie Awards. And I swear to God, they won 6 Golden Razzies Awards, Charlie. And listen to this. 2 of the awards were given to Steven Seagal. He won Worst Director and Worst Actor.
Wow.
I bet you could get him to do a speech if you just told him it's not an award for being bad.
Joey, now you're going to like this. You're going to like this because I'm going to quote you here now. It's like you once told me. You said, it's best to either be really good or really bad because if you're in the middle, nobody remembers you. And that's what this is. That's why I brought up Neil Breen. And, like, the Neil Breens, the Tommy Wiseaus, this guy, they're unicorns, you know?
Because they're not making bad stuff to try to be bad. Like, they legitimately believe in themselves.
Yeah.
And that they're better than everyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going to suffer from that complex myself one of these days. But before I have an existential crisis, let's roll that beautiful bean footage, damn it.
Woo!
In this land of frozen beauty, where a proud people make their home, Aegis Oil is making a killing.
The people here want to talk about the poisons in their environment.
If Aegis 1 is not online and operational in 13 days, then the oil rights will revert back to the Eskimos, and that is not going to happen.
But there is hope. And now, he's here. Steven Seagal is on deadly ground.
You're an oil man. But I put out the fires. I stop spills. We are being lied to by some of the most sophisticated people on Earth.
I know we've had our disagreements.
How much money is enough?
I don't need that kind of problem right now.
Get rid of the problem.
You mean mercenaries?
Now this land has a friend.
In you, I've seen a great spirit.
These people have a warrior.
Did you beat up on this little native man?
And this corporation
Find me a buddy or find me the man.
has a big problem.
And who the hell is this guy?
I'd say he's company.
Company?
CIA.
Whatever he is, he's a damn problem. Steven Seagal.
Time to move out.
Michael Caine.
He'd need a miracle to stop us now.
Just gonna reach out and touch somebody here.
On deadly ground.
Hey, well,
That was
you know
cool.
what? Is this a bad movie? Because based on the trailer, I wouldn't think that this is like a bad movie.
I think
It
it's
looks,
pretty easy to make a good action trailer.
yeah, I can
Just
definitely
put all
agree
the
with that.
action parts in it and cut to guys going, "Who is this guy?" And hot girls like, "Are you as good as they say?"
Derek, I want to do like a remake of this trailer where it's like the new girl, not the new girl, but like that Mary Tyler Moore show. It's like, who's that girl? And it's just Steven Seagal with the gun. Who's that girl?
You heard it here first. This is the video, Joey. Now we have to hold you to it because you said it on the podcast.
Yeah,
I have to make it.
you gotta make it.
Yeah,
or
this is gonna be this week's video on the Instagram. Follow us on Instagram.
Oh my God, I'm not. If you follow the Trailer Trashing Instagram, you know that I'm not a good editor. I can't
Okay,
do
you
that.
have the choice between that or a deep fake version where all the characters are Michael Caine sweaty.
Ooh, you can't do that. You don't know how to deep fake.
No, but Michael Caine is my roommate, so I think he'll hook it up.
Just hear him shout from the bathroom. Oh yeah, okay. Sounds good.
That's like, I didn't know you had a
Sounds
Michael
good.
Caine. Michael Caine's
yeah.
one of the funniest impressions to have.
Derek can do anything. In fact, I'm a little disheartened that you didn't think him to be capable of such
Michael Kennedy.
Michael Kennedy.
Well,
Oop,
it's
there
just
goes gravity.
I thought you didn't know who Eminem was.
Who?
So all right. So let me clear the air. It's not
Yeah,
that.
let's gather ourselves here.
It's not that I'm shocked that Derek knew how to do a Michael Caine impression. It's that I thought I've known Derek long enough that he's done all of his impressions to me. But that's the
I
thing
think
about
I've gone
Derek.
through my whole wheelhouse. You think I just play all my cards?
He's
No.
versatile.
Nope.
Today I realized something.
You're sitting there safe and happy, and boom, Tom Brokaw. Whoa!
Today I learned something. You can never take Derek Blythe for granted, and that's what I was doing. I was taking Derek Blythe for granted. I thought I saw everything he had, and I was wrong.
Can you do it, Derek? Can you do a Joey Rinaldi?
No.
I was wrong. I broke my dick.
He's referring to my.
Girls.
The breaking my dick is referring to one of my comedy one-man shows, Potty Training. Check it out. It's on YouTube.
Available in bookstores everywhere.
And gas stations. All right.
Right next to the Steven Seagal movies.
That trailer was hot.
So what would you rate this trailer? Charlie, you seem like
Yeah.
you loved it. You loved
I'm
it.
like I've been waiting for you guys to stop talking about unrelated.
Peter Pan
Stop.
bullshit.
My impersonation wheelhouse. Available in bookstores everywhere.
Because like mostly what I went into this not knowing anything about Steven Seagal other than he's like
Not Jason
fuck-
Segel.
Yeah, I that we'll get to that later. I went into this understanding that he was like a Tommy Wiseau type, and I figured Tommy Wiseau, Neil Breen, it's gonna be god awful. Like, but this trailer looked like an '80s like action movie.
Yeah,
and
it's like a Tommy Wiseau. If Tommy Wiseau had like 3 or 4 Hollywood blockbusters, and then Hollywood, like.
So
Kind
I
of.
think,
Right,
I
so-
think the best way to describe him though is he's a Tommy Wiseau trying his best to have an Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone career.
Okay, well, because the thing is, like what I'm gathering now from like this is that like he had medium success. Like in this trailer, the trailer looked
lukewarm success.
yeah, the trailer looked fine. I would give the trailer like a 6.
I'm gonna give it a 7 because Michael Caine, his voice just does it for me. He is the coach from Saving Silverman in that trailer, and there was this one shot of Seagal just shooting the place up, and that shot is like what every cartoon I've ever loved growing up has been copying. So for that, it's a 7. It's a 7 in my book. Derek?
Give it a 6.5, leaning closer
Oh.
to a 6.
I can
I
respect
like the
that.
All-Star cast. I like that it's like Alaska. It's probably directly analogous to Exxon Valdez at the time. It's topical. I like sweaty Michael Caine. The girl having the affair in Twin Peaks she looked pretty cute.
Oh, you think
no, wait, I'm gonna
you think she's cute too? I was gonna say it. You said it.
I watch Twin Peaks every year in the fall.
I'm taking it down to a 6 because they kept saying Eskimo, and you can't say that anymore.
Oh, dude, that's fucked up.
They say Eskimo a lot in it.
But that's a product of its time. They didn't know that in 2020 you can't say Eskimo.
1994, buddy.
Yeah, that's not what I'm saying.
I was for work.
Oh no, maybe it is what I'm saying, Joey. The thing that mostly stuck out to me is that it did have like a cast of like notable actors. I'm not saying that like this is like an A-list cast. I'm just saying that when I think of Neil Breen and Tommy Wiseau, the huge outstanding difference between their movies and this movie is that when I watch their movies, the first thing I think of is, wow, this is almost like they hired porn stars to just act. Whereas this movie, they had everything that like a successful movie would have, minus the bastard guy.
And I would argue, Charlie, my good friend, that makes this movie 10 times worse. Because they actually had the right ingredients. They had everything going for it, and it still couldn't do it.
They had the top-notch Italian ingredients for the best spaghetti you've ever had, and then mixed it up in the toilet.
That's exactly Steven Seagal's career. So
look, can I just say one more thing though before we move on? Is that as far as I know, you guys are more familiar with this guy, but
What's his name?
It's the name of today's episode.
Steven Seagal. I remembered it.
Steven Seagal.
Don't put me on the spot.
That's what this whole show is. We're on the spot for an hour. Come on, baby. Liven up. Put some maple syrup in your hair and get out there.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Snatch every motherfucker birthday.
Every motherfucking birthday. I said it. You got me.
The point I was trying to make, though, is that you guys know this is bad. I have nothing telling me this movie is bad besides you guys. I watched the trailer.
It's a good trailer.
I saw the actors, and I saw the explosions, and I was like, the only reason I think this is bad is because they told me it's bad. That's, I think, a very important distinction.
Are you not going to have sex with animals just because people said society you can't have sex with animals? That's a Louis C.K. joke. I'm not going to rip it off right now.
I don't get my morals from the law, and that's an original quote. And Derek didn't say that to me 20 minutes ago.
Well, Charlie, I'm gonna take the mic away from you for 1 second because I want to ask Derek, what do you think the Rotten Tomato score is, baby?
Oh, so Derek goes first.
I think it was pretty telling that you said it got some Razzie awards. Yeah, I'm gonna
is that what's telling?
I'm gonna say it's like a 19.
That's the only thing that's
Charlie, baby. Charlie, come on.
It.
What do you think the tomatoes got? I haven't seen this movie either. But
Joey, make a face if I should go higher or lower. Gosh. I'm gonna go 20.
I got my COVID face mask on, baby.
I'm going 20.
Are you ready?
Yeah. I think it's probably like an 8.
I'm gonna be honest. It was a 10.
You're going to be honest. This isn't honesty or not honesty. You're reading the number.
No, sometimes I lie to make Derek win. No, I'm kidding.
Bastard.
I would
You know,
I would
I
never
said
do that.
I said I thought it would be an 8 too. Fuck.
So
you know,
yeah, it was a
always
10.
happens to me.
I
This
know.
always happens to me.
Charlie, you gotta go with you. The thing about Rotten Tomato game is you have an amazing gut. Your gut knows the score, but you never trust the gut. You hate your gut. My recommendation to you, Charlie, is like find a Buddhist monk and find a way to trust in your gut more because it'll make you a better, happier person.
Do this pilgrimage with Steven Seagal because he does that stuff.
So I'm gonna read 2 fun facts that I found off the internet today about this movie because it's very dear to my heart. Producer and director Steven Seagal filmed almost 40 minutes for the final scene of this movie, which is like this where he makes a long speech about environmental stuff. And he filmed he made 40 minutes. It was a 40-minute speech. After and he wanted to use all 40 minutes of this in the movie. And Warner Brothers had to beg him not to do it. And they had to cut it down to like 11 minutes. And then they went behind his back and cut it down to like 3 minutes. He wanted a 40-minute speech in this movie.
You know, I have a question.
Brand with him.
I have a question that I don't think either of you can answer with your little fun facts. How did he get to the point where he was making feature films with Warner Brothers? How did he get that far even?
He was actually an accredited, I think he studied Aikido, which is a martial art, and did like really, really super well, and was actually like working with people like he worked with Sean Connery in James Bond and stuff, and he was like
climb the ladder.
kind of working, and I think that's how all those guys started. Like they start off,
they're training the actors
doing
and
the choreography and stuff, and he none of the other guys had studied Aikido. Like it was a little bit different.
He was super famous. Jared just commented. Apparently, he was super duper famous.
Well, I've heard.
Yeah,
of him.
I mean, we're talking about him now.
I've heard of him.
No. He was like famous like before this movie. Apparently, like way before.
Oh, well, I think he was. Yeah, he was probably doing championships and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know much about this guy. Can I read the other fun fact I had?
Yeah.
When Danish stuntman and actor, I can't say this name, it's Sven Ahl Thorsen, met producer and director Steven Seagal on the set, Seagal asked Thorsen to kick him to show that Thorsen was capable of being strong. Thorsen was hesitant to kick him, and he gave him like a very weak kick that Seagal caught easily and threw the guy to the ground. And then Seagal was like, "Can you kick me again? Give me everything you have." And Thorsen kicked Seagal so fast and so hard that he literally Seagal had to fall to the ground and was like unconscious for like 10 minutes.
Oh my god!
and then with this, I'm not done. When
That's
shooting,
called being a man, Joey.
wait, this is the best
You
part
get
though.
knocked down, you get up again.
Wait, but this
You never
isn't.
get
Some whiskey
down.
drink,
Guys.
You drink some vodka drink. You sing some songs that remind you of the good times. You sing some songs that remind you of the bad times.
Boys, that was literally the setup. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay. What's going on?
Hey, I heard you guys were talking about me. I'm outside.
All right, so
Kick me. Come out here and kick me, you coward.
So all right, let me get to the fun fact though. When shooting a scene later in this and like later in the production, Thorsen was supposed to like hit Seagal because that was like the stunt they were doing, but Seagal was still mad that he got kicked to the ground a few days earlier. That Seagal went off script and sucker punched Thorsen in the throat, leaving Thorsen unconscious for 3 to 4 seconds. And it looked so realistic. Like, it looked like he died. In the moment, it looked like that he died. That Seagal, in that moment, decided, you know what? We got to change the script. Let's change it to I kill that character. So he killed a character in his own movie just because he sucker punched him.
Badass. I could see him being like, I punched his windpipe. I saw him go down. He hit the ground. I prayed to all the gods, every single 3,000 gods. They said it's not his time. So I looked down at him. It wasn't his time. Picked him back up. He's alive, and he's 3 inches taller now.
So Roger Ebert didn't review this movie, but I have something fun. A bunch of college kids had a Q&A for Roger Ebert, like back in, like this was like the late 90s. And for some reason, Steven Seagal came up, and this movie came up in the Q&A. And Charlie, can you please do us the favor and just read the question and answer?
Yes, I can. I got all the Q's and A's over here. Regarding Steven Seagal's... Okay, here's the Q. If it wasn't clear before, this is the Q.
It's so
What
funny.
does Q stand for?
Stands for question, I believe. But we'll have to have someone look that up. We'll get one of the interns right on it. Okay.
AKA Jared.
Regarding Steven Seagal's sanctimonious speech about the ecology at the end of On Deadly Ground, he probably released more toxic fumes into the atmosphere during the making of this film than the Hertz fleet could over the course of a year. That actually sounds really familiar.
I don't know why he asked Roger Ebert this question. What a dumb college kid.
I wish that somebody would assess the environmental impact of a blockbuster movie. Landfills of paper waste from refreshments and merchandising tie-ins, emission from cars commuting to and from the theater complexes, etc., and put one of these rich, hypocritical environmentalist stars on the spot. No, I'm really into this question. This is really funny.
Me too.
I literally, me and Joey acted on a short film that was about environmentalism, and then we accidentally spilled garbage everywhere, and it blew away.
So to show how bad people are at environmental stuff, there was a scene where like there was a lot of pollution and a lot of like littering.
But we had to bring our own garbage.
The thing is, our like director or like the film crew that like we were acting in didn't bother to really clean up the litter they made.
No, it was windy. We had to bring our own garbage for the shoot, and it was really windy, and it all blew away, so we couldn't clean it up.
So what was Roger? Dude, that movie, I got cut out of that movie. I'm still salty about it that they cut my character out.
I was the main character. Okay.
All right, continue with the Ebert.
Here's the A. Roger Ebert said, Seagal originally wanted to make his closing speech 20 minutes long. According to Joey, it was 40, which might have rivaled the atmospheric effect of bovine gas emissions. Wow, this.
That was his whole answer to that big question.
Roger Ebert just weaves the most perfect insult. It's it's poetic.
And that was on
Poetry.
the spot. All right.
He's just on the spot talking about like where he's like the gas emissions from the cars going to see this piece of trash, the film strips, the cars had to drive and make the film strips.
Every time Steven Seagal opens his mouth, cow farts come out.
The carbon dioxide emitted from your mouth during the 2 hours of this film have punctured Mother Earth.
We have to move on, but do we have time to read the second question, or is it not enough time?
I don't know. That's a question for you.
All right, let's
Joey,
read the
baby.
question. Read the other question. I think the other question's even funnier.
Okay, I am the Q. Oh wait, no. Here's the Q. I am a theater owner. The reason Paramount keeps losing at the box office is because I put a curse on them because they refuse to license films to my theater. They concocted a flimsy excuse to shut me out so they could exclusively play at Cheap Jack, Mega Shoddy exhibitor in the area. I just thought you'd like to know why lately you've been forced to give terrible reviews to Paramount films like Intersection and A Thing Called Love, Rusty Gordon, Nashville, Tennessee. Here's what Roger Ebert said.
Rusty Gordon?
Now, why would... Yeah, I think that's the person who asked the question.
Yeah. It's yeah.
Here's the A for y'all. Now, why would... Wait. I think it's... Okay.
Did I send you the right answer?
Yeah, I just think there's a typo. Okay, it says, now, why would you put a curse on Steven Seagal? I recently saw the movie Tombstone, and I could have sworn that Mel Gibson in one of those scenes... I could have sworn I saw Mel Gibson in one of the scenes in the background. He did not appear in any credits. Am I imagining this?
What?
How is that his answer to that question?
Ambien.
Also, the other thing I want to say to you guys is that why does Mel Gibson haunt this podcast? We literally have so many episodes that have nothing to do with Mel Gibson. We're not trying to include Mel Gibson, but for some fucked up reason, Mel Gibson crawls into this podcast every fucking episode.
That I can't answer.
It's just Bader Meinhof, man. It's in your mind.
Yeah, Beta Hoffman, man. All right, we gotta move on.
Matt Hoffman.
Dustin Hoffman.
Mel
So,
Gibson.
all right, we
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
we gotta move on. So let's go on to the next Seagal trailer, the 2016 shitty classic, Contract to Kill. Which that's a great movie title.
He's a bad one, John. CIA trained. The Crimea airline bomber. The one that took down the plane with 238 innocent people on board.
Who is the target?
So I guess you're back. Islamic extremists. These guys are attempting to form an unholy alliance with cartels.
And that brings you to me.
There's someone to be reckoned with.
A covert mission. I'm gonna pick my own team. I want my own gear. And I'll need a jet.
An elite team.
You must be John Harmon. Might have a job for you.
What do you propose we do?
We interview folks. If we like them, we give them a box of chocolates. If we don't, we kill them. The Sonora cartel is holding a big meeting. It's my job to stop them.
At the elevators, 8th floor.
Gotcha. Room 826.
On my count.
3, 2, 1. Game on.
A global threat.
Vera's on the move.
Lose him now.
I just can't let you come into America and activate these cells.
Do you know that you threaten too much?
Well, that's kind of how we do.
Or maybe I just call your bluff. When all else fails,
What's the play? Well, to get my partner back.
they don't.
They could decimate a U.S. city in seconds. We'll finish what we started.
Steven Seagal. Contract to Kill.
The storm is coming.
The storms are coming.
Okay, boys and girls, that trailer, it wasn't just bad. I thought we were watching it on slow mode because there was shots of just Steven Seagal by himself, and he was like talking slowly and walking like.
Nope, I told you when we watched the church thing, he doesn't move faster than that.
I know. And then there was scenes with other people, and these guys were fighting him really fast. They'd be like, ha, 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 and then he would slowly block and be like.
Through that whole movie, his whole thing is like them, and it's cut. It does like 20 different cuts, and it's hit. And then he does the thing where he holds their hand backwards, and they go and then he goes, and they go, oh, the girl's in there, oh.
Have you seen this one?
Yes, I have. That's why I picked this category.
So if you see me do comedy or listen to this podcast, you know I am not a world-class talker. I'm bad at speaking. I have a speech problem. I never corrected it. And Steven Seagal in that movie trailer was speaking worse than me. That's unexcusable. Unexcusable? Is that a word? I don't know.
It would be inexcusable.
It's inexcusable. He was talking worse than me, the unexcusable
Consider your
talker.
career as a public speaker, sir.
No, that's the comedy behind public speaking. I'm bad at it.
This was one of the movies I watched when lockdown started. I just watched everything. I gave $4 to Jeff Bezos to rent this movie, and it ruined my night. And I watched all of it. And I could talk for as long as the movie is about everything wrong with it.
This trailer is like noticeably bad. Like this trailer versus the last trailers. Like the last trailer looked like it could have been a fine movie. This trailer had like no veil to it. It looked like a bad movie.
I will go on to YouTube and get the like green screen explosion or green screen gunshot stuff, and it looks fine with my shitty phone camera when I make a sketch or something. But in this context, like the plane blowing up, it's laughably bad.
Yeah, it looks like one of those things where they just put like an explosion on the top.
It would be better to just watch the children crying and act like there's like airplane noises than to show it.
Yeah. Also,
I am beyond baffled by all of this.
I mean, for someone who's supposed to be a martial arts expert, all of his moves looked like.
Well, he's gotten super old and bloated. Like those at his peak in the early '90s and '80s, like he was already 36 in his first movie. So now he's just like.
So he's like in his late 70s.
The rumors say like he doesn't spend any longer than 3 hours on set. He's sitting most of the time in any movie from the past 10 years. And he just doesn't, like his fights, they're cut in a way where you see the other guy a lot. And then it's exactly the thing I was just saying with the hand fin thing.
Have you ever seen the show Blue Bloods?
No.
Yes.
But I've seen other shows.
I mean, I've never seen an episode, but I know of Blue Bloods. My grandparents watch every episode of Blue Bloods.
So this reminds me of Blue Bloods because Kevin and I, Charlie and I, you know Kevin, our mutual friend, the friend of a podcast, Kevin Mesick. We were writing like a spoof on cop TV shows once, and to get in the mindset, we were watching a lot of cop TV shows to like understand it. And we were watching Blue Bloods with Tom Selleck, and Tom Selleck, he's old as fuck right now, and there's not a scene in Blue Bloods where he stands up. He's sitting in every single scene of the whole show. There's no action shot of him. It's all just like people, like cops going to. He's the chief of police, so it's just cops going up to his office, and they'll be like, "Do we have a problem?" And he's just sitting there, like, call for backup.
At a certain point, you're just selling
Get
your
back
name,
up
though.
now.
I mean, like, what you want him to try? You want him to try to move around? Like, he's not going to be able to do it.
But he's supposed to be kicking guys' asses and stuff. Can I like start to walk you through this move? Just the the intellectual just jungle that is this movie.
Right after.
What you want to watch Motherfucker Birthday again?
No. I was gonna say right after we can we rate this thing first?
Okay.
Oh yeah. Bad.
I'm giving this a hard 1.
I'll give this a 3.
Whoa, that's high.
Yeah, I'll give it a 2.
No, it's a low.
There's a couple explosions.
1, 2, 3.
And ironic
I mean,
too.
It was filmed on a film camera. It was like, I don't know. That's about all it had going for it.
People made it.
Oh!
1 star.
1 star from the Ebes.
Well, it wasn't the actual Ebe. It was one of his interns. And the only reason...
This is from 2016, and Roger Ebert will be busy being dead.
Odie Henderson.
And the only reason we're at reading...
An imposter.
The only reason we're reading Odie Henderson, a.k.a. the intern, a.k.a. the imposter, is because Common Sense Media doesn't review Seagal movies. In the Catholic Church, Seagal does not exist, I guess.
Because he's Buddhist?
Yeah, I
Is he
think
Buddhist?
so. Yeah, he is.
Wow. Okay. All right. Should I read the last paragraph?
Please, sir.
Harmon does a much better job of explaining the inane plot to you than I can, so you'll have to see the movie if you want more information. But one of his better lines will serve as a valid summary. Harmon tells Hayek, "We interview some people. If we like them, we give them a box of chocolates. If we don't, we kill them. Nobody gets a box of chocolates, by the way." So they kill everyone.
It didn't make any sense. That's not even the best line. The best line is like they're on a jet to Turkey, and he goes, "This situation..." All right. He goes, "This situation just became like a monkey trying to fuck a football." Not joking. He literally says that. A monkey trying to fuck a football.
That's way better. I mean, because at least the one that I read made sense. It's like he was trying to be badass.
Yeah.
It's like, we interview everyone. And
the tiniest bit more sense than Motherfucker Birthday, but...
So, wait, did we lose Derek?
No.
I'm here. I see you.
Oh, whoa. Sorry.
Can you feel me near you?
Okay. Wait, Derek. I promise I'll give you the floor to tell us everything about this movie.
I'm dying.
But I got one last final question for you.
It hurt me.
I got one last question for you guys. Give me your Rotten Tomato scores. The people are dying to know.
It's my turn to go first.
Charlie, I'll give you one hint though.
No, I don't need a hint. I'm going 3.
2.
Okay. And Derek wins. Yes. He's
bastard. What did you do?
I have the advantage of having seen it though.
But 3 and 2.
It'll hurt you if you watch.
Do you guys
You're
want to?
hurting
But
me.
you guys don't know the score yet. Can I tell you the score?
You said it was a 2.
No, I said Derek won.
Oh.
The score is 0.
Ooh,
It's
a big old goose
Whoa!
egg.
That's the first.
It's a
That's
first.
a
I don't think we've
That's
had
a trailer
a 0.
trashing first.
I
Big
know.
fat goose egg.
There's so many people I want to thank. My mom for letting me be alive. Roger
Yeah,
Ebert.
I want to thank Joey's mom too.
Steven Seagal for being in a movie that got a 0.
That's crazy.
Oh my God. The tomato meter, they're ruthless sometimes. And don't watch this movie. Apparently.
Not like this.
It's a big fat goose egg.
Derek, how does it feel that you watched a whole 0 movie?
It makes sense. Yeah. So I turned this movie on. The movie starts, there's like credits and a bunch of people shoot each other and it doesn't explain who. It just has like hard ass music. And then it goes like Juarez, Mexico. And Steven Seagal is walking into a bar that's literally named Seedy Bar. It says Seedy Bar in like Mexican looking graffiti, like with the skulls and stuff. He walks in, and then we saw that guy telling him, "Oh, we need CIA. We need to reactivate you as a CIA killer." And Steven Seagal responds,
"But I'm too old."
Yes.
And he goes, "Yeah, we need you." And so while he's doing this, there are 2 actors that are whiter than me. Actually, we're all very white. Whiter than all of us combined, have been cast as Mexican dudes in this bar that are harassing this woman. So he's getting the rundown on like, can you be a CIA person again? And Steven Seagal's like, I need a team with a jet and a girl and a guy. And these white guys with like kind of Russian accents are harassing this girl, and they're like, "Oh, what's up, gringo?" And it's so bad. And he like breaks the guy's arm, and apparently the girl is his girlfriend. So then he puts the team together, and the CIA is like, "Yo, the Mexican drug cartel is teaming up with the Turkish terrorist cartel, and they want to do something. It's never clear. You have to have your team together."
They want to do bad things.
The team he puts together in the next sequence is literally the girl who's there to mostly be hot. And
she is hot.
And her main purpose is to ask him questions like, "Wait, but how could we possibly break into here?" And then he breaks it down. And then a guy who's like a drone expert.
I saw the drone in the trailer.
The drone is literally like one of those like Walmart Best Buy drones. They hype it up, and it's literally one of those little propeller things. I'm not kidding, with like a gun zip tied to the bottom. And it goes up to the girl's car, and it like shoots it with 2 bullets, and her car explodes. And they all fly to Istanbul to fuck up the cartels. And the drone guy has no purpose at all. He's like, "We're going to the hotel to fuck up the meeting." And then the drone guy's like, "All right, I got it." And it's literally a DSLR camera zip tied to the flimsy little propeller drone that you could buy for $200. And he doesn't help at all. It's just it was the worst.
Derek,
that sounds bad.
Derek, thank you for that lovely.
How long is it?
Oh, and here was one of the best things.
He's not done.
There's a twist. They're going after the wrong bad guy. There's a real bad guy. And they give you the twist at least 3 or 4 times. Like, and every time they do it, they act like it's the first time. So he's like on a call, like on a Zoom call with the fucking CIA, and they're like, "This is the real bad guy. He blew up a plane while kids were watching." And he's like, "All right, this is a mission now." And everyone, his team is there, and they can see it.
So time out. Let me break this down for people who are stupid like me. It's like watching The Sixth Sense, where 5 different times they're like, Bruce Willis goes, "Wait, I'm a ghost?"
Yeah,
like,
it's if Bruce Willis goes, "Whoa, I'm dead," and people can hear him say that, and then later are in a car with him and are like, "What are you trying to say?" "I'm dead." And then someone else gets a call like, "Oh, he's actually dead," and they're not like, "Yeah, I know, I was there for the 2 times."
All right, Derek, you've done a great job, but I think we all understand what you're
well, this
trying
movie
to say.
hurt me.
We understand that you need serious psychiatry therapy. You need therapy after watching this movie. We all know. But we got to move on to our last and final Seagal movie, which is the 2019 movie that I've never heard of before called General Commander. Can we get that trailer rolling, baby?
That's right. Roll it.
Will I live to see another day? Still I'm 1,000 miles away, burning like the golden sun, living on the run, trigger finger on my gun. I'm gonna find you wherever you are. I see your heart, even in the dark, in the shadows. My eyes on you. You can't see me, but I see you. Together we stand, forever we fight. Even in the day, we move like the night. We can't fall because we stand together. All salute the General Commander. In this land, crime does pay. We make a way where there's no way. These streets so dangerous, only in us we trust. Don't worry, you're safe with us. I'm gonna find you wherever you are. I see your heart, even in the dark, in the shadows. My eyes on you. You can't see me, but I see you. Together we stand, forever we fight. Even in the day, we move like the night. We can't fall because we stand together. All salute the General Commander.
Oh my, I hate this trailer so much. I don't think I've ever hated a trailer more than this trailer before.
I mean, that's what this is, man. You know what this is.
That was the intro to a
We
PS1
created this
game.
together. We created this together. You know what you signed up for.
Derek, can you please repeat what you just said because it's so
I
accurate?
said that was the intro to a PS1 game.
That was the
Right
worst
down
trailer.
to like the CGI at the end, it looked like a PS1 game. The fucking like the fact that 45% of it was cars, the same car on fire upside down on a bridge.
Yeah, so it looked like the whole thing was literally a live-action GTA commercial.
I think they were going for a James Bond intro with the nature of the song, but it came out GTA.
That song sucked. That song was so much worse than any James Bond song. Fuck that song. I don't.
Yo, man. Together we stand, united we fall.
The thing that struck me so much about this trailer, the thing that made it so weird to me was that there's one thing that video games can't do, which is like no matter how good the graphics to video games get, always there's this sort of like waxy kind of like shininess to the characters that
the uncanny valley.
Yeah, it just makes them look like not that like real. And the thing is, everyone in this trailer had that waxy shininess.
Yeah, I know what they did because that's the effect that I do if I'm doing like a 1970s, if I'm editing a 1970s show.
Because everyone was sweaty back then.
Well, no, because that's what the TV lights made it look like. But they, for
so
some
what you're
reason,
saying is they
did
it
in a 2019 movie.
So
it was crazy. Yeah, that was
I,
bad.
I have said on this podcast before that Friday the 13th original trailer, that the whole trailer is 1, 2, 3, 4. I said that that's the worst trailer ever, and I take that back because the Friday the 13th trailer is so much better than what we just saw. So I'm giving this trailer, wait for it, 0, nada,
Ooh,
zilch.
another goose egg for Seagal. Not a great
I
look.
think I'm gonna give this a 0 too, and the reason is also because they did such a bad job on the movie that they couldn't make the trailer look good. Like, we know that he makes stinkers, but he made the first trailer we did look good, but also, it was 3.5 minutes. Like, that's like a minute and a half longer than most like full-length trailers.
It was so long. I was dying. I don't have the stamina to my eyes are not strong enough to watch a trailer that shitty for 3.5 minutes. I'm sorry. I don't want to be too opinionated or annoying, but fuck that trailer. I'm done. I had to calm down. Go to your happy place, Joey. Go to your
I thought
happy
it was
place.
pretty good. I thought it was pretty good. It had shooty guns. I like shooty guns. It had guys walking in slow motion. I like that.
So guys, I got bad news to
chicks.
tell you. I don't want to ruin Derek's day, but there's no Rotten Tomato game for this one.
Well, I mean, it couldn't have gotten lower than the last one.
But instead,
it looks worse than the last one.
Instead of telling you the Rotten Tomato score, because there is no Rotten Tomato score for this movie, I'm just gonna list the most recent Seagal movies and their Rotten Tomato scores. Are you ready for this? These are the last 5 movies.
Yes, I was about to literally ask for that.
These are the last 5 movies
I'm addicted to it now. Sorry.
The last 5 movies Rotten Tomato has ranked in Seagal years. This is what they got: 17, 13, 18, 20, 17.
So that's an upward trend.
No, 17 was from the most recent, and then I was going down.
Oh, okay.
This is probably a good time.
They get worse and worse.
This is probably a good time to bring up some quotes I found from him.
Please,
especially
give us the quotes.
Right after you said those
every
scores,
motherfucker birthday.
A recent quote from him is, because I just kind of went down through interviews from him, is, "I am hoping that I can be known as a great writer and actor someday, rather than a sex symbol."
Oh man, it's just so hard being a sex symbol sometimes.
More
Have
quotes.
you guys more quotes? Okay, so from like 2005, here's a quote. "I'm a very funny guy, if you'll forgive me for saying so. When I did The Glimmer Man with Keenan Ivory Wayans, he and I were talking about who was funniest. And I think I kicked his ass every day."
He reminds me of Donald Trump. I get what you're saying.
That's what I'm
now.
saying. This he's directly analogous.
Yeah, I didn't get that before.
All right, give me one more quote from Seagal, and then we gotta wrap this puppy up.
I got a racy one. He was asked about what he thought about athletes kneeling in protest.
Ooh, controversial subject.
Can you guess his opinion? He says, "I think it's
tough being a sex symbol."
He says, "I think it's disgusting. I respect the American flag. I myself have risked my life countless times for the American flag."
Oh yeah.
When?
When going to Russia to have sex with Putin?
I don't know. Maybe his reggae album, which I haven't even brought up.
Is that real?
Yeah, you should hear this. He did a full reggae album in a Jamaican accent.
This is
with
too
a song
much.
called
Too
"Me
much.
Want the Punani."
Wow! Oh my God!
We should have had that for our outro instead of
I was about to say, since we don't have an Ebert or Common Sense Media review, let's just scratch the review and can we find one of his songs to play real fast?
Let's listen to Me Want the Punani. I didn't get to bring up while he's looking that up. I looked for facts on IMDb and I got very suspicious that he was writing them.
Yes, dude, I had the same feeling.
The first one I saw was, and in the trivia section of IMDb is. Did you know he has an energy drink, Lightning Bolt, that is available in Walmarts everywhere? He speaks Japanese fluently. He owns a very large collection.
Have you sseen the clips of him speaking Japanese on YouTube?
Guitars and samurai swords.
Oh wait, here's the song. Here's the song. Here's the song.
All right.
Wait, is it up?
You had to do a survey. And we submit to you a irrefutable Steven Seagal's Me Want the Punani from his Jamaican album.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Steven Seagal who wants the Punani in his reggae offensive voice. And I think that wraps it up for today's Steven Seagal special.
I've absolutely had enough.
I've had enough, Derek. Is that enough for you?
No.
Derek wants
more pain. I want more pain.
So let's just wrap up everything we learned today. All right, so we learned 4 things today. We learned 1, that he kicked the ass of a stuntman by sucker punching him and then wrote him out of the movie. Secondly, what did we learn from the second movie? I forget that I'm losing track. That he was just awful.
All I know is that he writes his own facts on IMDb. That's pretty low.
Another fact we learned about
that'll
him.
be the fact. He has visited children's hospitals for 25 years and will do so until the day he dies. On his IMDb.
The children love him.
Imagine being a child and that oaf wandering in.
So we also learned that he's a sex symbol, apparently. And most importantly, we learned that he will... Derek, can you make the quote for us?
He will snatch every motherfucker birthday.
And that is it for the Steven Seagal Trailer Trashing episode. I was Joey Rinaldi. They were Charlie Weinchick and Derek Blythe. We'll be back again with more movie trailers next week. If you like what you heard, give us 5 stars on the podcast app. Follow us on Instagram. Message us or email us. And have a great week, Knuckleheads. See you next time.